friends, hello, welcome back. Today we take our Peter Chiarelli learned abilities and try to go ahead and make the Chicago Blackhawks a Stanley Cup winner in just 1 year. So today we're going to take a peek at this Blackhawks lineup, a pretty solid one, a Blackhawks lineup that is continuing to age though nonetheless. Brandon Saad, DeBrincat, and Patty Kane now the first line over there in Chicago. Patty Kane hitting 30. We have Nylander. We have Taves. Nylander's still only a 79. Didn't they just come out with a roster update? I guess 79. I don't know. I guess you can see the original. We'll see. Got like, yeah, 6 goals this year. 6 goals. They don't really actually, you know, when they do like the roster update stuff, they don't really change a lot of the overalls, to be completely fair anyway. But Dylan Strome, so that might be part of it. They might be waiting to see as well. He ain't played a lot, so they might be waiting to see where his overall goes there. We'll see. There might not even be a roster update out yet. Maybe the EA was just tweeting about it. I don't remember now. I know they tweeted about it, asking for people's thoughts, you know, so they knew who players were supposed to get upgraded. And then they tweeted again saying, did you like the overalls, I think, though. So I think there should be a roster update, but I don't remember seeing a gameplay update when I got on the game. So I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Nonetheless, Andrew Shaw, we have Smith, we have Carpenter, Kerbendak, 676 overall. That is just rude. So clearly, these Blackhawks need some bottom 6 players completely. Considering we have a 79 overall, rocking over there at right wing as good as Nylander is, we have to consider that we have to be able to put better players. What's Shaw going to do that? That's not agreed. Nope, Shaw, you can stay on the third line there. So we're going to need some forwards. Gustafson, Duncan Keith. Thankfully, the defense is still pretty solid. My man Connor Murphy, +3 on the Seabrook and DeHaan line. So that line can be left as is. It'd be the Murphy and Mata line that we have to consider switching up here, I think. Definitely don't need to mess with the Gustafson and Keith line. Interested to see what they gave the goaltending over here. 86 and 86. Nice. Loved it. Blackhawks got some solid goaltending. We just got to go winger shopping, it looks like. Actually, do we have to go winger shopping? I don't think we need a center terribly. We have DeBrincat and we have Taves. And then Smith and Dak is a 76. I definitely would like a better bottom 6. Let's see what that defensive awareness is. It's not. Why can I never find this? 82. 82 on the defensive awareness, which is fan-freaking-tastic if your name is Ilya Kovalchuk and you don't want to ever play. So we need to find a fourth line guy, preferably that's got a little bit better on the defensive stats. Being those are those are your bottom 6 guys. Gonna be rocking a lot of penalty kill time. Won't be seeing him as much offensively, and he doesn't really have the offensive prowess anyway. 76 on the accuracy and the shot. He's not gonna do much for us offensively anyway. So if we can find a replacement for center as well, we will do that. Let's go ahead though and let's do some shopping. We're going to start the bidding off with Rickard Rakell. We're going to ship Mod out the door. We got to ship him out the door because for some reason, there is so much money put in on this Blackhawks defense. That was crazy. I can't believe it. There's like 6 guys. I think there's 5 guys making $4+ million. Let's take a look here real quick. That's the reason we have cap issues, so that's probably part of it. Initially, I was thinking let's drop Seabrook. Let's drop Seabrook, but the thing is, he was on that line where you're seeing that +3 on the overall, and that is a big deal in this game if we can get a +3 on a certain line. So for that reason, I thought it was Seabrook. Was it not Seabrook? Oh, I'm not looking at contracts. Here we go, contracts. That'll bring Seabrook right up to the top. Make it more than Duncan Keith. Good for him. But he's got new trade value, but he's an 84 essentially, right? So even at $6 million, 84, that's hard to turn down unless we can put another +3 in that same position, which is probably not going to happen. So we have to look the next, direction, which is, I can't believe Mata's still only 25. I feel like he's been around forever. He's only 25. So we're going first Mata. For Rakell, that's definitely not enough. We're going to throw a little bit more on there. I can already tell right now that that bar is just not big enough. Something I get told far too often. 3rd round pick. That is still probably not big enough. Again, old news. I understand. We go ahead here and throw on. Let's throw on a 2nd round pick as well. It's probably going to take a lot to get Rakell. I'm being completely honest. Completely unwilling. You've done all the right to meet the trade block's needs, but the value you're sending just isn't good enough. Okay, so you want better trade value. So we're trying to be careful here and save a 1st round draft pick because I think we're going to send Dak out the door. Dak's going to go somewhere and probably to a team that is more than willing to take on such a young stud of a guy of Kirby Dak. But for our purposes of winning a Stanley Cup this year, he is not going to stay on the team, and we are just not going to make this work. I have a weird feeling. Trade rejected! We're saving to re-sign our pending free agents and are not comfortable taking on extra salary. Excuse me. We don't want to take it on either. What if we go 200K? Oh, I'm glad you agree with us. I think we saved too much for you guys, but that was great. What a great decision you guys made right there. I love it. Let's go take a look at what that's going to do to this lineups real quick here before we jump on to our next position of need, which is, you know, we really did not need Raquel that badly. I don't know what I was thinking, but we have Kirby Dack in his center, but did we really need Raquel as a third center at an 85? Of course! Heck yeah, we did! Great idea, grade A, 10 of 10, would recommend doing that again. And unfortunately, though, nobody wants to play with Raquel, and his overall is going down. But we're going to work on that. We're going to pick up a winger. What happened? What did we change here? Kane? Oh, EA put Raquel. Huh? Why did Raquel get put in 2 spots? EA put Raquel on the first line. So we're missing... What, did I do that by accident? Maybe. It's very possible. We're missing Nylander, right? Yeah, Nylander's getting scratched. Sorry to see it, but there, Patrick Nylander with an A. Put you there. That's a... Oh, baby! +3! Whew! Yes, sir! Kane and DeBrincat gonna have to carry that line, but it's gonna work. Raquel's gonna not... No! Raquel still does not play. Who did this? It was... You can't play. Center, scratched, camp, not worried about... Okay, maybe I see our issue here. You had to play, so we definitely need to work on picking up a winger. That was the goal in the first place, was to get a winger, but we was like, oh, Raquel, he looks so beautiful. Let's get him for the team. It'll be great. Yeah, brilliant idea. Like we said, we have been taking a lot of notes from Peter Chiarelli lately. I've really been realizing we need to get better at GM, and I figured what better to do than go and look at the best. So we're going to go down that route. No, that is completely the guy I want. I am so lost. Completely the center that we wanted. Raquel goes here, and then we swap him. What is going on? Am I the only one seeing this? Watch this. Yeah. It's switching him in 2 lines. What? I thought I was crazy first. Watch this. Interesting. I have never seen that before. Why is it doing that? That is a nice glitch. So what if we put him here? Okay, and then... Oh, okay. Then we do that and he puts him here. Maybe that'll unbug it, though. I really do not have any answer for this right now. I am so confused. No, it continues to switch him. That's cool. That's fantastic. Okay, we're playing on both lines. All right, so we just switched to the best lines because there is something seriously wrong. There's something glitched about this because watch this. The second we put in Alex Nylander, it's going to, once we went the best lines, it's going to completely bug this out. Watch this. Nylander, Raquel, or not. Good call. Or not. We know what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to switch Raquel and Nylander, and that's what's going to do it. Raquel and Nylander. Okay, cool. Decent. That's a start. Now what can we do? Can we do this? Oh, perfect. We got it figured out, fellas. Let's go. I think we're good. Yep, looks fantastic. All right, so we improved the offense. The defense needs some work completely now that we have Boquist back there. Love to have him back there, but he's a little bit young to be back there. All right, so we're going to try to get Brassard. I got to tell you what, it's almost like Chicago has been in salary cap hell for the last decade because this is difficult. There is nothing easy about trying to get around the cap in a lot of these trades over here. I'm trying to save as much money on any player as possible along the way here. Might be regretting at 200K. Gosh dang, should we consider a video where we don't go and have salary cap on? It seems like it's cheating, but man, your options of finding players and being able to move guys, it's so difficult. We're gonna throw another 4th round draft pick. We're gonna try Brassard here and see if they're willing to take that. Willing to totally part ways. Okay. I don't know why you'd be totally unwilling to part ways. It's only Derek Brassard, but I mean, you make the rules, not me. You're the GM. I'm just trying to make the trade. Trade rejected. I question whether you're... Yeah, we did. And average a third, and we're almost doubling your bar. Almost. We're almost double. Discount double bar. You know what? They don't want that pick. They want this pick. They want this year's 4th. We're throwing this year's 4th for Brassard. Trade rejected. Based on what you want to ask, it seems like, okay, all right. That's not going to work. So let's talk 1st round draft pick. Did we already throw on a 1st? Or we're going to have to throw on another 1st? Probably. Yeah, let's go. 1st round draft pick for Derek Brassard. You know I would send that in a heartbeat. Oh, of course you accepted that. Okay, so we have the Brassard. We have Raquel. I don't think we've touched the defenseman, which is very intelligent, a great idea. But I think what we can do here is take a peek. We have, like I said, we have Kirby Dack to work with here. And that's the guy that is going to be the money maker here. That is the one player we're going to have to trade, and we're going to have to do something with him, and hopefully that'll help us win games here. But with the addition of Brassard to this lineup, I think that will help us from a bottom 6 perspective here a little bit. Put him, let's see where he looks best at. Does he look good here? Looks like we're going to see 0 change in the overalls by putting him there. Broussard, Raquel, that's a pretty sick set of third line, though, to be completely fair. And then the fourth line is Kirby Dack, of course. Who is our backup for Kirby Dack right now? Because that's who's going to be playing. If I don't like that. How about a right wing? Carpenter, we can't put a right wing at center, though. That could be a terrible idea. We might have to put Broussard on the fourth line. And then... Well, it actually worked. Kirby Dack on the third line there. But we'll move Dack, and then we'll try to get a defender, I think. Should we just sim up a few games first? Sim up a few games, see how these guys play? I'm assuming we're going to have some serious defensive difficulties. Dak on the third line, I don't think that's going to help him either. I think we have to ship him out the door, and we have to ship him out the door right now. I'm just concerned about pulling the trigger too early on, guys. Here's the power play. It is definitely not the greatest looking of power plays. You know why? Because EA's like, let's put 2 forwards on defense. That would be a great idea. What if we put you here? That ain't going to work. Yeah, we'll leave you right there, Gustafson. That'll work. The penalty kill is Taze, Brent Seabrook, the Han. You're dang right Brent Seabrook's going to play. Guy wants to sit out there and make all that money. He's going to play on everything. He's going to play 25 minutes a night, whether it costs us wins or not. I think what we're going to do is we're going to sim up some games. We're going to see how the defense plays. Because the big reason we're keeping Brent Seabrook on this team, other than the fact that nobody probably wants that cap hit, is the fact that he's got that +3 overall on his second line. And if that goes out there and doesn't seem to matter and he's still putting up a goose egg, playing terribly defensively, I think then that's when we consider, you know what, we can ship Seabrook out. And that opens the door for a lot of players because it's so difficult to find a cheap defenseman in this league. And it's so difficult for us because we have, you know, cap hit problems. So if we can avoid those cap problems and move a guy like Seabrook because he's more of a liability even with the +3, then maybe... Oh, breaking news! The Rangers fired their coach! Oh, geez, he made it a whole 7 games. Good for him. 4 games if you're a Blackhawks player. Good for him. That's impressive. 7 games. 3-4 to start the season. 4-4 to start the season. Yeah, it is not looking pretty right now. 5-5. We're playing 500 hockey. Definitely need some more additions to this team. It looks like 5-6, 7-6. There's a couple of W's. There you go. Good for the Blackhawks, reeling off a win streak. Boys heard that I was getting traded, and I was like, you know what? Maybe we should start showing up and performing for the coach over here before the GM walks us out the door. So looking at the players' stats here real quick. Minus. We'll take a look at the minus for a good time. Up the list is Alex Nylander. Wow, how are you -3 up there playing with Taze? Taze and DeBrincat. I know he's playing with DeBrincat and Kane. That's right. So they're at -3, that first line is. So even with that +3, clearly that is not working. But then again, 9 for him, 11 for Kane. You expect better than that, Brandon side. Who was you going to look at? The defense. The defense being the liability. Everybody's the liability right now. I can't look at the +- I guess. Brent Seabrook has 7 points. Wow, he's been playing good. 7 points, but 13 penalty minutes. That is not acceptable, Seabrook. Just going to throw that out there. 19 minutes a night. Dropping 13 giveaways, 2 takeaways, 22 block shots. Good for you. 28 hits, also good for you. You know why you got 28 hits? Because you're in a penalty box for all of those hits. 12, he has more hits than like the entire team combined just about that. That's crazy. So you look at the giveaways, leads a team. Block shots leads a team. He's such a difficult player to figure out here because it looks like they're not a liability exactly. From a +- standpoint, he's a +3. But how do you look at that when the entire team's a -2, +2? How's the goaltending doing right now? Goaltending is 4-3, 908, and 4-4 to 917. These standings, take a look at how our team stats are doing here in general. We are nice, bottom of the league, 307 and 2.87. So we're not actually we're not terrible as far as goals for. As far as average, we're above average. The goals against isn't really that bad either, if we're being completely honest here. Maybe it's just a rough start to the season. Let's sim up a couple more games and see how she goes. We definitely don't want to get behind the 8 ball too much here, though. We do know how important that is. The slow start can be killer if you dig yourself too big of a hole. So we'll finish up this month here with these Blackhawks. See what we can't do. Amateur scout calling. Would love to hear you not talk to us. Okay, big losing streak, baby. Big losing streak. Finally picked up a win there against the Vegas Golden Knights. Lost in overtime. Lost, win. Oh, man. Okay. We got to make some trades. We're losing too many games. Dallas win. Can we win both games against Dallas? No, sir. Back-to-back against Colorado. Wow, 2 straight back-to-backs against the same teams. How about that? All right, so we're going to be a 500 hockey club by the end of November, which is not good. Not good at all. We have to go and overpay for some more players, and we can't afford to do it. Actually, I forgot the fact that we have Murphy, who's an $3.8 million contract. Who's Murphy playing with? Boquist. Murphy and Boquist are playing together, though. So it's definitely, you know, it's a tit for tat there. If you're giving them Murphy, and then we're just riding the same problem here. Let's take a look at this defense here real quick. Boquist is Oh, jeez, look at that trade value. I lied. Hang on 1 second. Do I have a trade proposal for you, Dallas? Dang. I didn't realize Boquist had that kind of trade value. Come here, let me have a little talk with my Dallas Golden Knights. How would you feel about Boquist for Heiskanen? No. They aren't feeling it. They're not feeling it. We're throwing a draft pick to sweeten it up a little bit. This is going to happen. I did not realize this trade value is as high. It is going to happen. You're going to like it. Trade rejected. Not enough. Listen here, Dallas. We kind of traded away all of our second-round picks for players we never heard of earlier, so we don't have a lot of those laying around. You're just going to have to accept one of these, and that's not going to be an exception. I got to save the first-round pick. It has to be. Okay, we're not saving it. He's gone. Take it, baby. There we go. Heiskanen to the Chicago Blackhawks. Big defensive pickup. Huge. Absolutely freaking huge. So let's see what this does. We're going to have to still go out there and make some forward changes, I want to say. Again, Kirby Dach is still in the team. We've been talking about Kirby Dach. That's the man we're walking out the door with a good trade value, but that was before we realized how great the trade value was for Heiskanen, who is a +1. We're going to have to put Connor Murphy there. They're not going to like that, though. We want whatever it's going to take to get these guys to a +3, which is these guys playing together, but these guys playing together on the second line because EA logic. And that's a difficulty here because Heiskanen, is Seabrook and these guys worth that? Is that a good idea to put Heiskanen on the third line? I don't know about that one. What happens if we put him with, oh baby, Dahan and Duncan Keith going together? That's an A +3. What if we put those guys on the second line? That's perfect. Okay, see ya, Seabrook. That's what I'm getting from this. Seabrook is being walked out the door, baby. Heiskanen and Gustafsson on the first line. Oh, that's going to work there. Heiskanen and Keith. Heiskanen and Dahan. Dahan's just a great guy to be with. Everybody loves playing with him. Seabrook's getting walked out the door. We're making big money trades today. I don't know who we're getting, but it's happening. All right, so we are overpaying to get rid of Seabrook right now, and we're doing it for the team. Eric Stahl, we're just going to retain $200K because they just told us that they are not willing to take on a salary because they're trying to save him free or re-sign free agents. So we'll see if this makes them happy. It does not. Unfortunate. What if we go 400K? Still does not make them happy. Look, we have to do this here, Minnesota. There's not a lot of teams that want to take on this deal. And this will give us 3 million cap space. If we can do this right here, 3 million cap space is a luxury to have. But guess what? We're not going to have 3 mil because they're going to make us retain even more than that. See, we're at that point in the year where this cap shouldn't be as high as it is. If we can trade, you know why? Because he has 5 years left. That is probably why. There we go. Trade accepted. Okay, we just overpaid for that. But we did pick up an Eric Stahl. At the end of the day, Eric Stahl will help this team. And then we can look at trying to move Boquist for a defenseman now. Or not Boquist, but Kirby Dach. So here we go. Kirby Dach for Lindholm. Send it. The deal would work for Anaheim, but in our current situation, we're not comfortable with turning that salary. Perfect. I like hearing that. I like hearing that because I was just being greedy, putting up a bunch of salary for a good time just in case. If you're willing to do Lindholm for Kirby Dach straight up, we can make this work perfectly because we can't use Dach anyway. Okay, how much? Okay, I thought maybe if I shave a couple $100K off, you guys would be happy. You're being a little bit greedy here, I think. Still rejecting that trade. We're going to make this work, though. Gonna work. They're going to like it. Just under a mil. There we go. 1.2 mil we saved on him. Got some cap space. We should not need it because we literally have no assets left after all these trades we made. But if this team cannot win games with the players we have now, let me tell you what, we really do not deserve to win games because we just put together quite a few solid players in this team. Lindholm especially being one of them. A big addition. He's going to be a third liner, it looks like, unless he looks better up there than Gustafsson, and he does have a +1, so we can put him on a first line. We'll put Gustafsson. Let's see how Gustafsson's been playing. He's a -8. We'll let Gustafsson play on the third line. Maybe him with Duncan Keith was not a good idea there, so we switched that up. Murphy's a -1, not a big deal. And as far as the offense is concerned, where they've seen the offense, the Eric Stahl, Brassard, Dylan Strome, Johnny Tays, DeBrincat, and them staying up there on that first line to keep that first line as good as it is. I'm assuming we can't make any other changes here to improve that. I don't know how you do better than Raquel up there anyway. That Raquel with Strome improves it a little bit there. Sod and Strome switching lines will give us a +1 there. So maybe we'll go down that route. And then we shall leave that as it is there. We are ready for the home stretch, I think, here. DeBrincat is still not going to go out there and play on the first line power play. We will put Heiskanen in there. That's a good place for him. I like that. That's a good kill part. or a good power play, not a good kill. The penalty kill, though, is Brassard, Shaw, Murphy, Dahan, Smith, Gustafson. Gustafson, you should not be playing on a penalty kill. I am sorry. We'll put Lindholm there. That'll work like that. That is better. Lindholm and then Murphy, Dahan. We should probably put you guys on the first line. Let's be completely honest here. There you go. That's perfect. So that'll work. It's time to go. It's do or die. We're either going to win ourselves a Stanley Cup or we are going to struggle mightily. We're 14-13. We're a 500 ball club. I don't think we're out of the mix by any stretch of the imagination. Got a lot of hockey to be played. We'll go ahead and start simming up. We won't stop at the trade deadline as per the usual. 2-game win streak, 3-game win streak. Decision making so far looking good. Got shut out by the Blues. That's not good. Went over there and won though. Back to back, baby. 3 wins in a row. Love seeing it. Imagine if they had to play back to back games in hockey. Imagine if they had to do that in NBA. I think the hockey players would be like, whatever. I think the NBA players would probably quit playing hot baseball, basketball forever. Oh, there's a win over there in Calgary though. But hey, it would work. It'd be fun though. I always wonder what it'd be like with a more compressed schedule for sports like hockey and basketball. Like they seem like they're on forever, which is great. I mean, don't get me wrong. People love watching the sports. Like, hey, I got to watch it forever, right? But it's always like, it's kind of spread out there. It's like, I got to go 5 days without watching my team play. I'm a little bit lonesome. What do I do with myself, you know? 27-19 now. Team is turning it around. It only took like 6 first-round draft picks. Boquist, Kirby, it only took our entire future. If we're being completely honest here, just had to ship out the entire future. But at the same time, I mean, you look at the players we got back, some of these guys are guaranteed winners. It's not like we traded away. I mean, Eric Stahl's a little bit older, don't get me wrong there. But, you look at guys like Raquel, you look at Lindholm, like those guys can shape the future of this team still as well. I think those aren't bad trades, really. 34, 22, and 6. Blackhawks looking like a playoff team easily here. Top of the division. Oh, Stars just overtook us there. Back above the Stars, though. It's a battle. I think we're going to be okay, though, because we went out there. It was 500. Started 13-13 before these trades. Since then, we're about 25-12, 25-13. So we've had a good start or a good stretch here after making these trades. Something we most certainly needed to do. Nice to see it's working out for us here. And the big question is now going to become is how far can we get in playoffs with this team? We got a serious problem. Remember, we put together, what was it? It was a Calgary, a 50-win team, and we got bounced in the first round. We have been struggling to get past the first round so many times now. There's a win in game number 1 there against Colorado. We'll go ahead and take a look at how the team did play this season. Hopefully good. 83 points out of Patrick Kane. You'll love to see it. 77 out of the Brinket. Good for him. Raquel doing very well. Guys back in positive territory in a plus minus. 59. Very Taze-like season there. 59 points. Good to see. Duncan Keith even had 56 points. Eric Stahl into the season with 51. So that's good. That's solid. Heiskanen with 46. 44 for Brandon Saad. A lot of points by a lot of players. You like seeing multiple guys in that 40-plus point range. That means you got more than the top line over there producing. You got other guys helping this team out win games as well. I'd like to see the way the goaltending played this year. Lehner, 25-18. Did a lot of splitting duties, 9-13 and 9-07. So Lehner ended up having a stronger second half. It was Corey Crawford, though, that was rocking with about a 9-17 going into about that trading area. So about 26 games into the season. As far as the standings are concerned, finished 100 points on the dot. A little bit weaker, I guess you could say, of a division. Minnesota, we got a matchup with possibly in the second round. Traded Eric Stahl traded for Eric Stahl. They picked up, Seabrook, the Stars, the Avs, and the Jets as well. The Jets making with 85 points. What did the Pacific do? 86 points out of Calgary, 85 out of Anaheim. This is, if there's ever a time for us to make the finals, it's this season, because it looks like it was a very weak Pacific, a very weak Atlantic, or a very weak Central. Let's see if we can do it. We won game number 1 against Colorado. Big win there. We have to win 4 of them, though. That is what they tell me, at least. Game 2, 4-1 dub again, baby. Overtime loss in Colorado. Still up 2-1 in the series. Just don't choke this away, fellas. And there's a second loss. I said don't choke it away. I did not say choke. I did not say choke, Chicago. No. It's not meant to be. We're just not meant to go out there and win a Stanley Cup in this series, I don't think. Like, come on. We're the number 1 seed again. We went into the playoffs so many times as the top seed and just nothing. Patty Kane goal, period number 1. Nazem Kadri, Nazim the Dream, baby. Goal in period number 2. It's 1-1 going into the third. Anybody's ball game here. Laner in net for those Blackhawks. Power play, Colorado. They did not get much going there. Second power play for Colorado. Still nothing going here. Chicago is getting dominated in the third period. If we can just get one across the board, though, that's all we need. There was a big save and a beauty by Philip Grubauer on none other than Andrew Shaw. We are going to overtime. No, Colorado, Chicago, period numero 4, power play Blackhawks. Big save there by the Grubinator, and that is gonna do it, because guess what? This is just not meant to be. It's gonna be the Colorado Avalanche going out there and scoring the game winner. Did you see who scored the game winner? Me neither, because I'm a little sad that we didn't go out there and win once again. How do we keep getting bounced in the first round? 46 wins. 36 wins. We was like 36 and what? 15 to end the season. A stupid good end of the season. And we just can't manage to go out there and put together wins and playoffs in these sims. I don't know what to do. We're just not a playoff hockey team, I guess. That we're building teams that lose in the playoffs. I don't know, picking up Eric Stahl is a little tired going in the playoffs. We dropped Seabrook, though. Stanley Cup champion is going to be the Washington Capitals this season. Unfortunate, though. Unfortunate times 37. Let's see who won some awards. Please tell me Patrick Kane won like the unfortunate you couldn't get out of the first round award or something. McDavid with the Ross. Mitchie Marnes with the Hart. James North, Doughty. I was trying to make Doughty work. He was a little bit expensive. A little bit, 11 mil. Tyler Sagan, Jack Hughes with the Calder, Conn Smythe, Ovi. Freddie with the Vezina and Jennings. Good for him. And Jack Adams, the Blum. I've not heard of Blum. Blum. Franklin J. Selke. Just kidding. Anze Kopitar. Ted Lindsay. Mitch Marner. Maurice Richard. Taylor Hall. Good for Taylor Hall. Trying to get that paycheck coming in after the season. Otherwise, though, guys, that concludes this video. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, a big thumbs up, a subscribe is appreciated, never required. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.